boom, 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 boom. It's the Juice CrossCurrent X, CrossCurrent X, CrossCurrent X. 500 mile review. 513 miles. Here we go. Hello everyone, it's Max. Today I'm going to review the Juiced e-bike CrossCurrent X. You can see half of it. Please excuse the disdainful roar of the gas-powered mower in the last introduction. I decided to move to a more remote location under these power lines that represent the electric juicedness of this juiced e-bike. So without further ado, let's talk about this bike. The Juiced CrossCurrent X is a 750 watt e-bike for city commuters. Due to its thin tires, you can get nice speed on this bike. If you deregulate this bike, you can go upwards of 30, 31, maybe even 32 on a good day. Other things I like about this bike, let's talk about them. Here's one, the LCD display. It's very nice. Shows you real time how fast you're going, how many miles you've traveled with an odometer, how many watts are being put out, and your battery, as well as the mode that you're in. I love that you can have a choice between many different modes. The zero mode is nice because you can still have access to the throttle even though you're not having any pedal assist. It also powers the front light. You've got Eco, 1, 2, 3, Sport, and if you dare, racetrack mode. Now, these seem to correlate to a different watt output just based on which mode you're in. Racetrack unleashes the full power, while Eco mode tries to just give you that little boost you might need if you're trying to mostly ride without e-assist. Another thing I love are these ergonomic hand grips. These are really, really nice. I'm gonna put them on all of my bikes. Integrated front headlight, nice and bright. Also, the front fork does have a speed lockout option. So if you're not going over anything super bumpy, you can get a little bit more speed and more efficiency by locking out your fork. I also love the hydraulic disc brakes. If you're going this fast on a bicycle like this, you've got to have the hydraulic disc brakes. The fenders on this bike are nice and light. They wobble at times, however, they don't add a ton of weight to the bike as they're not made out of metal. They're some sort of plastic composite stuff. The rear rack is nice. Got plenty of places to hook straps onto different spots on the rack. So it gives you a lot of variability on what you can pack on this bike and where your straps can go. I really like this rack. And it integrates this rear tail light. Unfortunately, the rear tail light is not integrated with the battery and simply runs on 2 AAAs. Don't quote me on that. Another thing I appreciate about this bike is the frame size. You have lots of options with this bike to go from small, medium, large, extra large. And as a 6'4" rider, I really need that extra large frame. So, very helpful. This bike comes in at supposedly 55, 60 pounds. It's still pretty hefty, but I mean, what else can you do? And another pro, this crazy gear ratio. Front crank, 52 teeth. You'll need it if you're going as fast as you will be on this Juiced e-bike. Not a lot in the back. What do we have, 9? Yeah, I'm a pro. But it gets the job done. It's just enough to go up mostly any hill you want to, even without the electric assist. Not any hill you want to, but any hill you want to on most normal roads. Oh yeah, and I really like the shape of this e-bike. Why this matters to me is I need a bike with a top cross beam right here, because I gotta hang it on that bike rack that goes on the car. And for me, that's what I need. All right, so now let's talk about some cons. Con number one, it's petty. However, this bell, it's pretty lame. It's not gonna tell anybody on the road that you're coming. All right, con number two, not a big deal, but it would be really nice if this thing was integrated to the battery instead of 2, maybe 3 AAAs. It's not a huge deal, but the battery could be a little bit easier to take on and off. You've got to have the key to unlock it, which is great in being theft proof. However, you've got to turn the key, pull it over to the side, and then lift it up out of this socket. Then to put it back on, you got to push it back down in here, and then you push it into the side while you twist the key, push, and then it clamps down and locks. However, sometimes when putting it on, it doesn't click into place all the way, and it pops out of place while you're riding, losing power, which is a big deal. All right, another thing about the battery is it would be really nice if there was a handle right here to hold your big heavy battery as you walk it into work every day. I know they've kind of rectified this with their new battery model, but it would have been nice before now. Another thing that would be nice is if they had a USB port on this bad boy. This is just the charging spot. I guess you'd have to run that through the controller or something in order to run some power to your phone, you know? Speaking of things going wrong while you're riding, I was having a lot of issues with my chain early on, falling off while I was riding, till I discovered this little doohickey. Apparently, this helps the chain stay on. Wow, so nice. I've still had the chain fall off once since I screwed this into place, but if it's not in place, good luck keeping your chain on. Another huge issue I have with this bike is how difficult it is to take off the rear wheel. If you ever have a flat, which you probably will, you're gonna have to take this bad boy off. In order to do so, you're gonna need a fancy tool that Juiced E-Bike sells you. If you don't get that tool, you're gonna scrape your frame up real nice with a regular wrench. Look how tight that nut is in there. You can't get much grip on that thing. So you're gonna have to get their special little ratchet that goes around the wiring in order to take this guy off. It's hard to do, trust me. All right, so how do I use my bike? I ride my bike to work every day when it's not raining. Yeah, I was about to say rain or shine, but that's not true. Shine or shine, hot or cold. That's what I'm talking about. Because I'm on the road, I like to use this mirror that you can see here. This is the only one I found that would fit on the handlebars. It's the Hafni one. It's on Juiced E-Bike's website, but you can buy it on Amazon for cheaper. I feel like generally it keeps me safer. I also use this phone mount to mount my phone every day, and I just have basic bungee cords on my rack just in case I need them. I tie my lock around my frame. I could and probably should have a heftier lock. However, my bike gets parked in a parking garage and there's security cameras. I feel pretty safe about it. I did change out the seat that comes with the bike and put on my old e-bike seat that I feel is more comfortable. The seat's not bad, but for really long rides, which I'll occasionally do on this bike without e-assist sometimes, I really felt more comfortable using this seat. All right, and now for the terribly bumpy part of the video, we're gonna ride it. We're gonna start by riding it down this crazy hill that you would probably never do on a city e-bike. Oh, I'm sorry, it's so bumpy. Oh no, split splash. All right, I'm just riding it under some power lines because I'm getting that juice e-bike vibe from these power lines. Can you see them? Probably not. Oh yeah, this is some sweet footage of me going over a ditch. Okay. Now can you see the power lines? Nope. Whoa! I'm okay. You can probably hear how fast I'm going, especially since the background is just whited out. It's something you hear, not see. You hear the speed. You hear the hum. All right, so just in case you're wondering how fast this goes and what that looks like, I will show you. Okay, battery is low. Also, that's it, battery is low. But we're in racetrack mode, and we're gonna go fast. We're at 25 miles an hour. And then we hit a hill. 26. Still 23. And it would be faster if the battery was higher. Stop line. Just kidding, stop sign. Turn around. And let's go down the hill. And still going 30 miles an hour. All right, another big reason I've used an e-bike is because with so many hills in our Chattanooga area, you've got to have something extra if you've got a child on the back, or you're going to be walking your bike a lot. So this is a child bike seat that I can't remember the name of, but I'm going to look up what it is. It's made in Italy, and you'll find out in the next clip. Okay, yes, the Bellelli bicycle carrier, baby carrier. Link in the description. How you do it: you put this strap over your baby's head and plug it in to the notch. In order to mount the bike, you take this screw, pull it out, and you screw it in. Eventually, this thing clamps to the bike seat as everything cinches down back here. Okay, so you've got like these notches under here. It clamps on the bike seat, and then you take this red strap, you wrap it around the seat post and tuck it in through there. You strap your baby in, and then you strap their feet in, and they're happily behind you. It's lots of fun. This bike seat is for children up to 50 or 55 pounds. Don't quote me on that. Which is a little bit more than something like this. This is the Peg Perego Orion. You get a mount that should touch right here. However, this bike is too fat. Too fat up here for the U-bolts that come with this thing to go around in order for these little doohickeys to just plug right into it. That's what needs to happen. So what I'm going to do probably is get some zip ties. Doesn't sound safe, but it will allow us to have two children on one bike. And I have two children. One is 2 years old One is 4 months old. Not yet, but once she gets to be 9 months to a year, she's going in this bad boy. And we're gonna have a lot of fun. So, I hope you've enjoyed my review of the CrossCurrent X Juiced e-bike, where I have given you an overview of how I use the bike, things I like, things I don't. However, this is the bike I'm stuck with, and honestly, I love it. So, thanks for tuning in. Until next time, keep doing what you're doing and keep trying new things and figuring out what you like, what you don't like, and living with the rest. Till next time, keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, and good night. I hope you have a lovely evening, and I'm sorry if you've kept watching until the very bitter end, where I have not been saying much of anything. Bye.